Hi, everyone, and welcome to This Week at the Theater, sponsored by the Sacramento Area Regional Theater Alliance, that's SARTA. We can be reached via email at sarda@sarda.com, or you can go to our website, sarda@sarda.com, and check out all the happenings that are going on at the theater in your area at this time. And I got to tell you, I'm excited for tonight's show. I have got the privilege of hosting two very special people, amazing actors that I get to call my friends. They're from different shows that are showing in the area. One is from a wonderful performance put on by Green Valley Theater Company called Tipping the Velvet, Joseph Ramos. And the other one is starring, well, one of the stars of Hunchback of Notre Dame, Mr. Eric Piertowski. And I'm so pleased that both of them could join me tonight to shamelessly promote their shows, talk about community theater, and just gush about how wonderful it is to be an actor, right? So, welcome, Joseph. Welcome, Eric. So glad to have you here on This Week at the Theater.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Listen, I want to ask a few questions, and when we're sharing, please tell people first off who you are and how you got into acting in our community theaters, and some of the things you like about it, and then we'll segue into talking about your individual shows. Okay, so you want to thumb wrestle for who goes first?
Go for it, Joe.
Ah,
There you go.
such a gentleman. Thank you so much. Perfect. Hi, everyone. My name is Joseph Ramos. I am in Green Valley Theater Company's Tipping the Velvet, and I've been acting in the Sacramento region since about 2009. I started, I guess, in college a little bit earlier. I don't have to date myself too much, but I'm really grateful to be a part of our vibrant, robust, and very kind and very talented community where there's always someone great on stage and something great happening. And yeah, we're really excited to talk a little bit more about our show today.
Excellent. And Eric, share a little bit about yourself and what's going on for you. How did you get in the community theater here?
Well, I started out in drama in high school, like a lot of us did. Started out in choir first, and then some of the girls in choir wanted me to come do drama, and so of course, being a young high school boy, I'm like, sure. And it just was one of the most positive experiences of high school for me, and really fundamentally formulated who I would end up being as an adult, as far as my ideas about people and society and just the way I relate to people. And I took much too long of a break after high school, went in the military, and yeah, just stepped away for way too long just because life got in the way. Came back a few years ago, so I'm fairly new to the acting community here in Sacramento. But um, the thing I love most about it is that, like Joe said, it is such a tight knit community, and we always kind of joke that it's a little incestuous, not because if there's people you don't know, you just don't know them yet, because you will.
True.
So it's
Very
just
true.
it's just a wonderful community, and every show we do, our families just grow larger and larger as we meet new cast members and bond with those people. So
So very true. So let's launch into a little bit about your respective shows. And I'm going to start with you then, Eric.
okay.
You're doing Hunchback of Notre Dame. That's a classic. And you're doing it in a classic space.
Yes, we
Talk to
are.
us about the
We're
Woodland Opera House. Talk to us about your production.
Yeah, so it's kind of neat because this year the Woodland Opera House is celebrating its 125th anniversary. They've been here a very long time. They have the benefit that a lot of theaters don't, in that they are actually considered a California state park, and they're nationally registered as a historic place. So they don't have to go through a lot of the battles that a lot of these smaller theaters have to go through. And it's just such a pleasure to step into this space where so much history has happened over the years, and um, they have this amazing lineup every single year, and just incredible people. This is actually my first full run show with them, and it's just been a dream come true. I mean, they are a community theater, but they function like they're a professional theater. They do just amazing things. So
And do they have any? And oh, well, talk about the run of your show. How long is it
Oh,
playing?
yeah. So we opened up last week, last weekend, and it's been wonderful. We've had almost a sold out house all 3 nights, and have been getting just wonderful feedback on the show. Probably one of the oddest comments that we got, which I'm choosing to take as a compliment. Somebody accused us of using a pre-recorded vocal track because this is a huge show. It's a huge undertaking, and we actually have about a third of the cast that you would normally see in this show because Woodland's not an incredibly large space, and so you kind of have to reduce the cast to the space. So whereas you would normally have a choir that's kind of built into the set, and then have congregants and gypsies, and then the gargoyles and the main characters, we have our main characters, and then we have the gargoyles, and then we are all, with the exception of the leads, playing other parts. For instance, I'm one of the gargoyles. I'm also the official that sings the king's decree once he declares that Esmeralda is to be arrested. Um, I'm a gypsy. I'm multiple different things. There's a lot of different moving around and running back and forth across underneath the stage to get to which side you need to enter on it. It's just been a wonderful fun thing. And one of the things that we're most proud of with this show is that it is 99% musical. And unlike a lot of shows, it really is an ensemble driven show. And from the first day of music rehearsals, the sound that came out of these roughly 24 people was just phenomenal. And I think that's where the comment came from about the vocal track, because you don't expect to hear this much volume out of so few people. And one of the real blessings of this show, which I'm very happy to say, is that every single member of this cast has played a lead in other shows or has the ability to play leads in other shows. There's not a single weak link in this cast, vocally or acting wise. It's almost like we just managed to get the cream of the crop for the show, which you need for a show this big. So it's just been a wonderful time, and we're really enjoying it. So we'll be running through April 3rd. So in addition, this weekend you have 2 more weekends to see it. It is selling out quickly, so don't wait.
Thank you. Good commercial. There you go. And for those of you who have never been to the historic Woodland Opera House, you can actually get tours of it. It's a museum. It's a wonderful place to go to. I've spoken about it on the show here before. So go see the show. Go see the Opera House. Go have dinner in Woodland. It's an amazing spot to have theater. Now, Joseph, talk to us a little bit about this really unique show, Tipping the Velvet. But don't give too much
Yes.
away.
Oh yeah, no, there's plenty to see. I will tell you that. Thank you. It is Tipping the Velvet is a play that was originally part of a book that was written by Sarah Waters. This is actually the North American premiere of the show, so we're incredibly grateful that we can not only bring it to the States, but right here in Sacramento, which is pretty wonderful. The show itself is delightfully unique and weird and charming, and really everything that I think we at Green Valley try to find in shows when it's not, when it's something that's a little bit more, we'll say, unknown or maybe unfamiliar with audiences. What's not unique and weird is, the journey that our main character, Miss Nancy Astley, played really fantastically by Vanna Nettle. The journey that she goes through is something that I think a lot of people can identify with. It is a journey of self-discovery, of being in a place that you're maybe unfamiliar with and having to figure your way out around new people, a new culture, a new society, new challenges, which sometimes includes romantic entanglements, and just really learning more about yourself. It's a big part of the story. It's a very self-aware show. We have a narrator that kind of guides the audience and breaks that wall to kind of let everyone know what's happening, not just on stage, but maybe even, behind the curtain of our own leading leading actress. And so it's really, really, I'm being very vague here because it's worth seeing. The show is, it's a whopper. It's two jam-packed acts of music. It's not a musical, but there's plenty of music, unique scene changes, costume changes, and multiple characters. And similar to what Eric had mentioned with Hunchback, our incredible ensemble of actors, with the exception of two, play a galley of different people. And I think that's what's so unique. Sometimes it's intentional, sometimes it's not. And I think that's the brilliance of theater. Because we're in the very charming big idea space, and we're really grateful for that, we have the opportunity with this show specifically to literally be in your lap. And I think with a show like Tipping the Velvet, it allows for you to be a part of it a bit. And if you have the opportunity to see it, you'll definitely understand. It's not common for some of our actors to come through the wings, to be right next to you in the audience, and for some of our characters to actually look directly at members in the theater. So it's fun, it's immersive. Sometimes it's, again, delightfully naughty, but everything is with purpose, and really a part of the character development, so that you can see and witness just how resilient this character is. And it is tremendous.
Excellent. And how long is your run? How much longer do we have to enjoy this one?
Yeah, so we have 2 weeks left in our run. We have a full week, a full weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday shows this week. Next weekend, we also have a bonus show with a Saturday matinee. So if you don't want to stay out too late, you definitely have the opportunity to come and check things out. We're really grateful in the little hub that we're in. There's a Southpaw Sushi that's literally a sneeze away, and then there's Brewing Company right across the street as well. So plenty of parking, and again, a really, really unique experience.
All right. Thank you both, gentlemen. Now, just as a general question for both of you, what's next in your um, path after these shows close? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Joe?
You want to go for myself personally?
Hmm?
Is that the question? Oh,
Sure. Yeah.
you heard it here first, folks.
Okay.
Probably a break. I think my other half would be very grateful, as well as my dog, if I stayed home for a bit. Really, my goal is to see and absorb as much theater as possible. And so, thank you to SARTA for having opportunities and platforms like this, so that we can find out what is out there. There are a lot of great shows and a lot of great companies in the region that produce high-end and high-level theater. That's what I'm looking forward to. And maybe in the fall or late summer, I might keep an eye out for something else. But I'm definitely excited for a little bit of a break.
All right. Thank you. And Eric, what's next on your plate for theater,
Well,
music, any of
unlike
the
Joe, I
above?
will not be taking a break. um, um, at Christmas time, I had the pleasure of singing with the choir of the Greek Orthodox Church in Sacramento as part of their Christmas concert. And while doing that, I met several other people in that choir who also sing with a group called the Placer Pops. So I have joined that group now because I have so much free time. And we are going to be doing Broadway Pops in May. So we'll have two shows at the Harris Center on May 28th and 29th. And forgive me, I don't know the dates of the other shows, but I do know there is going to be a show at William Jessup University in Rockland, and then I believe we're also doing a show in Auburn. So it's going to be an amazing, amazing, fun time.
Oh, excellent.
Ironically, the challenge of that show is that one of the pieces of music we're doing is a medley of Hunchback songs. Unfortunately, those Hunchback songs are based on the movie, not the musical, so it's just different enough. But it's an amazing group, and I'm very, very proud to be part of it.
Oh, brilliant. And for those of you who aren't aware, this is not the Disney version
No,
of Hunchback.
it is not.
So just to throw that out there,
Yeah.
you're not going to see what you saw in the Disney movie. You're going to hear a whole different set of music here.
Yeah, and if I could, real quick, I just kind of wanted to mention to who the principals are in this cast, because
Absolutely.
people who many people have seen before. Eddie Voyez is going to be is playing Quasimodo himself. The wonderful Jory Gonzalez is playing Esmeralda. A phenomenal actor out of England named AJ is going to be playing Phoebus, and my good friend Rick Eldridge is playing Frollo. And this is actually his first show with the Opera House, and he's just doing a fantastic job.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for coming on and sharing
Thank you.
about your shows. Any parting comments before we go? Because we're going to go
Just
take a break.
just that I did have the pleasure of going and seeing Joe's show last weekend, and he's not lying. It is a phenomenal show. You will laugh, you will cry. It is just a roller coaster of emotion and so incredibly well done. The subtlety in which all of the characters kind of maneuver their ways through the storyline and these different roles is just top notch. It's fantastic.
As
Thank
Eric,
you.
okay, yeah, right.
No, Eric is the best. Thank you so much for that. And yeah, my parting words would be, tickets are available at greenvalleytheater.com. And then in addition to that, really, I think it's also really important to mention just it's a very female forward show in terms of costuming, choreography, directing. Kelly Rains came in and helped direct a beautiful show. Alex Bedard, running the sound booths, like Sarah Lambert behind stage as a stage manager. We're just really grateful for for the girl power in it. We love that. And again, Vanna is on stage for about 98% of the show. Any actor out there that's watching this, you know what that means. It means you're busy, you're amazing, and she has been impeccable. We're so grateful to have her leading her cast. And we just really look forward to sharing this with more people. So if you're free, come and find us. We promise you won't be disappointed.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I'll be coming to Hunchback the weekend in April, and I have already had the privilege of seeing Tipping the Velvet. So he's not kidding. It's an amazing show. You will love it. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll go a few times, but you will enjoy it so much. Thank you again, gentlemen, for
Thank
joining
you,
me.
Iris.
I really appreciate it. And for any of you other actors out there, if you're in a show or you're getting ready to do a show, directors, if you want to come on here, we're all about promoting community theater. So we'd love to have you. Please get in touch with me, sarda@sarda.com, and say, I want to be on this week at the theater, and we'll get you in here too, okay? All right, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Have a great rest of your evening.
You too, Iris.
Bye.
Have a great
Bye
one.
bye. Good
Thank you
night,
so
Joe.
We
much.
will be right back,
Good night.
everyone. Right back. And we're back. Hello, everyone, and welcome to This Week at the Theater. We just had a wonderful interview chat with two of the actors, one from Tipping the Velvet, one from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I'll give my spiel again. If there's any of you out there who would like to come and promote your shows on this Twitch program on Thursday nights, I would love to have you. Please hit us up at sarda@sarda.com. You can drop a comment into the chat so we can get in touch with you. Our crack Sarda volunteer is checking the chat to make sure that you're seeing everyone. If you like the Twitch stream, please hit follow, and it'll show that you're following our channel, and then when we come on, you'll get a notification from Twitch that we're up and live and sharing things. So we're going to do some special events again too. We had a community conversation not too long ago. We're going to have more of those. We're going to host some trivia times where we can just come and hang out and play games, which I think will be fun too. Of course they're going to be theater related. What did you think? But now let's get back to our regularly scheduled items and start with our special events. We've got a few things coming up in the special events right now. First one that's coming up this Sunday. If you haven't renewed your headshots in a while, if you haven't gotten some new pictures of yourself, this is your opportunity. We're going to be doing this down in the Stockton area this time. We're going to be at a new theater down there, for us anyway. I've never been to the Ghost Light Theater. So we'll be there Sunday, March 20th, starting at 2 p.m. If you want to get in on having your headshot done, please contact us at SARDA so we can get you on the list. Those spaces do fill up kind of fast, so please let us know if you want to come to that headshot event. Again, this Sunday, March 20th, 2 o'clock at the Ghost Light Theater in Stockton, California. I have a new special event to share with you. The California Capitol Documentary Film Festival is hosting its very first inaugural documentary film event here in the Sacramento region. The California Capitol Film Office, the official film office for the city of Rancho Cordova, will present under its nonprofit arm, the California Capitol Arts Foundation, the first annual California Capitol Documentary Film Festival. This is happening on June 10th, 11th, and 12th, so I'll bring it back again to announce it a couple of times leading up to that, because I don't know about you, I'm not quite booking into June yet, but get this on your calendar. It's not often that we get to have these wonderful films. It's been a while since we've had a film festival. So the film festival is going to be presented at 3 different screening locations. It's going to be in the city of Rancho Cordova City Council Chambers, the Cal Cap Black Theater over on Horn Road in Sacramento, and the George Washington Carver School of Arts and Science. So you'll be able to go to one of those many sites to see the different films that are there. I actually printed out their whole blurb because I wanted to read about all the different films they were showing. They've secured some sponsorship from the city of Rancho Cordova, SMUD, Comstock Magazine, and several other of the Rancho Cordova community civic agencies. So this is a big feather in the cap of the city of Rancho Cordova, and it'll be something wonderful to do in the summer. So get ready for that California Capitol Documentary Film Festival. Now let's get to those auditions, and we've got a couple new ones this week to share with you too. So let's go. We've got auditions at Celebration Arts for a show called Livin' Fat. This is by Judy Mason, and it's going to be directed by Michael Benjamin. And let's see, let me grab a little information about that one. Oh, here we go. The family is struggling financially, but they come across an unexpected windfall. The moral dilemma is whether to enjoy the money or give it back. So if you want to audition for this show, Livin' Fat, the auditions are being held March 21st and 22nd. That's this coming Monday and Tuesday from 7 to 9 p.m. So get in contact with Celebration Arts Theater Productions and get your spot for the auditions for Living Fat. We're also going to be holding auditions for Noel Coward's Hay Fever. We've had a lot of the classics being done. Noel Coward is one of the playwrights that we don't see too often, so he's coming around again. So this is kind of cool. And it says here that Hay Fever is one of Noel Coward's most durable comedies. So if you're into doing comedies, this will be a great one for you. It's continuing to delight audiences with its astute observations on family relationships and rivalries. So they're holding the auditions for this Sunday, April 10th at Epic Bible College and Monday, April 7th in Folsom. So this is auditions for Noel Coward's Hay Fever. They're also holding auditions for Volcano Theater Company's production of Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap. Always a classic with a mystery. Agatha Christie is almost so much fun to do. So they're looking for 3 women and 5 men between the ages of 25 and 70. Big space there. So if you think you can do this, it's going to be performed in June. They're holding the auditions April 24th and April 25th at the Cobblestone Theater up in Volcano. So get in touch with Volcano Theater Company if you would like to audition for The Mousetrap. There's going to be an audition workshop on Monday, this coming Monday, the 21st. Come and meet your director and your choreographer and learn your lines and all of that for Beauty and the Beast Junior. This is for ages 7 through 18, and it's going to be another wonderful production of the Beauty and the Beast story. And you'll practice those musicals, and they'll have callbacks on March 26th. So you'll be knowing whether or not you got that position for Beauty and the Beast Junior. Sarah Plain and Tall is holding auditions. Wonderful play again. It's going to be at Sutter Street Theater. This one's going to be this Sunday at 7 p.m., March 20th. It's an adaptation by Joseph Robinette of the book Sarah Plain and Tall. So if you'd like to audition for that one, please make it down to Sutter Street Theater. Contact them and get your name in for the auditions. Let's move on to our now playing, and we've got quite a bit running right now. Celebration Arts is presenting starting on the 18th, so this is going to open tomorrow night, Midsummer Night's Dream. This is directed by Kimberly Marshall, who's also the artistic director, and the tickets are on sale now. So all you Shakespeare buffs out there, you're going to want to get a chance to see this amazing cast for the Macbeth Project's Midsummer Night's Dream. Still playing right now at the Black Point Theater is The Children. This is going to by the Black Point Theater Company, rather. It's at the Wilkerson Theater at 25th and R downtown. So if you want to see that, this will be playing through April 10th, so you've still got some time to get down there to see The Children at the Wilkerson Theater. We talked about this a moment ago. Here is one of our shots. I was so glad to see this for The Hunchback of Notre Dame, directed by Bob Cooner. It's playing from March 11th through April 3rd. So you can get your tickets now. They have some matinees that are available. It's playing at the historic Woodland Opera House. So if for no other reason than to go and hear the acoustics in this place. I've seen several musicals in this building now, and the sound is so amazing. Not to mention the stellar cast, as Eric pointed out earlier. There's not a bad voice in the bunch, so it's going to be amazing. I mean, to get praise like someone thought you were using a soundtrack overlay because the sound of your music, your singers, was so big and so grand, that's pretty high praise. So you should go and see this production of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Sorry, not sure why that happened. Technical interests. There we go. It's not moving forward. Hang on just a second, folks. Sorry about that. Had to make sure of what was going on because I wanted you to see this amazing cast that we have for this show. Hunchback, they sent some more publicity pictures, which I think are just fabulous. So I wanted you to be able to see that. It wasn't advancing for me. Technical difficulties. Oh well. Anyway, look at the fabulous folks they've got putting on this production for you. You have to appreciate the energy that it takes for community theater. By the way, you have to remember also, none of these people get paid for this. They're doing it because they have a passion for community theater. They have a passion for the production. RTAA is still presenting performances of The Little Mermaid. That's Roseville Theater Arts Academy's performances of The Little Mermaid. You still got some to go. March 18th at 7:30, the 19th at 7:30, and the 20th at 2 p.m. So there's going to be a matinee on Sunday, and then their final weekend will be coming up next week. So make sure you get in there to see The Little Mermaid. And here we have our ad for Tipping the Velvet. You just heard Joseph Ramos talk eloquently about this show. It is really, really, really fabulous. I have been part of the backstage cast for this, and it has been a joy to hear every night. I'm constantly laughing, and when it's still funny after you've heard it 7 or 8 times now, it's really good. So if you have an opportunity to, please go ahead and get those tickets for Tipping the Velvet. It's playing this weekend, and then next weekend will be its final weekend. This is a show for 18 and over. It's mature audiences only. You're going to love it. Tipping the Velvet. This is presented by the Green Valley Theater Company, and it's going to be held at the Big Idea Theater Space over on Del Paso Boulevard. So go to the Green Valley Theater Company website for tickets for Tipping the Velvet. Beauty and the Beast is playing right now at Davis Musical Theater Company. It's going to be playing through April 3rd. So if you haven't had a chance to get your tickets for that, you've still got time. Make sure you get your tickets for the Young Performers production of Beauty and the Beast. The Cemetery Club is playing now, and Blue Mountain Theater Productions is their presenters. So if you want to get tickets for that, you're going to be going to the Main Street Theater in West Point for the Cemetery Club. It's the final weekend at Sutter Street for Urinetown. If you haven't seen this hysterical show yet, you need to go and see it. This is the final weekend. It's playing through March 20th, so get in there to get your opportunity to see Urinetown. This is also the final weekend at Sutter Street Theater for The Best Man. This is a Gore Vidal play, and they've had to add a couple extra runs of this to put some matinees in because it's been such a hot number. So this is the final weekend. If you want to see this one, you better get your tickets now for The Best Man. Chautauqua is running its production of Deadlocked right now. This show is going to run through April 10th, and so you've got Friday and Saturday performances at 8, and you've got a 2 o'clock Sunday matinee that you can enjoy.
So make sure you get your tickets for Deadlocked at Chautauqua Playhouse. Sierra Stages is presenting a production of Tiny Beautiful Things. This is based on a book by Cheryl Strayed and adapted for the stage by Nia Vardarlos, and it's going to be produced in another historic theater space in Nevada City. So if you're up for a bit of a drive, go to the Nevada City Theater in Nevada City. It's playing through next weekend, so you've got until March 26th to go see Tiny Beautiful Things. There was another production of Urinetown that opened on March 4th, and it'll be playing through the 27th. This one's going to be at Davis Musical Theater Company. So DMTC is also putting on a production of Urinetown, and I've heard it's pretty good. Another friend of mine went to see it and thought it was wonderful. So several companies who are putting this on. So if you can't get to Sutter Street, maybe you can get down to Davis to see Urinetown. Private Lives, a show by Noel Coward. It's going to be directed by Shane Robert, is playing at Theater in the Heights. So they've got Friday and Saturday performances at 8 p.m. and Sundays at 4 p.m. And tickets are only $15 for all ages. That's a pretty darn good price for tickets. Usually you're looking at $20 to $25. So you can go see a great theater production and not break the bank by seeing Private Lives by Noel Coward. And Iliad is being presented by California Stage March 4th. And this is going to be playing through April 3rd, so you've still got some time to get in there and see this. An Iliad, and yes, it's based on Homer's The Iliad, translated by Robert Fagles. A wonderful production by California Stage. Let's look at what's coming up soon. This is one that I don't know, I'm getting excited about. I think it's going to be a great production. And if you've never had a chance to see James Wheatley in production, I highly recommend going to see this gentleman. He is a true Sacramento treasure, fantastic actor, singer, dances. He does it all. Directs, has had wonderful children's productions over there at Celebration Arts. Is really the heart of that program. This is a production based on a true story called I Remember Yesterday. And it's a short film by this young lady here, Imani Mitchell. Let me share some with you. I Remember Yesterday examines the impact of homelessness on a family and highlights the complexity of healing from repressed wounds. This is something that is very poignant for our society right now when we look at the plight of the unhomed folks in our world. In this story, we are presented with a reconciliation that provides a long overdue closure, and it stars James Wheatley, James Ellison III, B.J. Nash, and Taylor Celine Vaughn. So you can join them at the theater for an in-person presentation April 15th or April 16th for I Remember Yesterday, and this is a film by Imani Mitchell. The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is going to open on April 2nd, and it will be playing through April 24th. You can get your reservations to see this by going online to sutterstreettheater.com for tickets for The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, Saturdays and Sundays at 1 p.m. Godspell is being featured. This is going to open next week, March 25th, and we'll be playing through April 16th. So a good spring break activity for many of us. The production's going to be at Sutter Street Theater of Godspell. And if you like mysteries, here's another one. It's called The Games Afoot. This is Ken Ludwig's production at the Sac State Theater Acting Company. It's a delicious murder mystery, as they describe it. It'll be produced on Fridays and Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday matinees at 2 o'clock for The Games Afoot. Another murder mystery. We've got a lot of murder mysteries. Agatha Christie is back again this time with Murder on the Orient Express. And Hercule Poirot is probably one of her best known characters in any of her books. And if you really enjoy those detective stories, you're probably going to love this production of Murder on the Orient Express. It's playing from March 25th, so it'll open next weekend, through April 9th at Sierra College Theaters. Madagascar, a musical adventure, will open on April 22nd and play through May 8th. So I'll bring this one back again to remind you to get your tickets for that. Its performances will be on Fridays at 7:30 and Saturdays and Sundays at 2. Tickets can be purchased at the box office on 2nd Street or Tuesday and Friday from 10 to 1. So get your tickets at Sutter Street Theater for Madagascar, a musical adventure. Rent is being presented at the Harris Center Theater, and it's presented by Falcon's Eye Theater Company. And this is their 15th season, and they're opening it up with Rent. This is set in the East Village in the 1990s of New York City, and it's got so many different stories within it: falling in love, trying to just survive, finding your voice, and it's won Tony Awards for Best Musical and a Pulitzer Prize for Best Drama. So this is going to run from April 1st through the 10th at the Falcon's Eye Theater at Harris Center. And now we're up to some workshops. It's always nice to put some new tools in your toolbox with classes and events and things like that. And I think I've got one new one. I've got one to tell you about that's happening tomorrow. Well, no, not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Oh my gosh, I'm ahead of myself. It's happening on Saturday, March 19th. From 10 a.m. until 2, there's going to be a workshop at the Woodland Opera House on stage combat. Everything has to be choreographed so no one gets hurt. So whether you're sword fighting or fist fighting, you can go to the stage combat workshop. Register early. Please get in there and let them know you want to be a part of this workshop, because I imagine the spaces fill up pretty quickly. Drew Sutherland is going to be the one teaching and sponsoring this workshop. So go to their website at the Woodland Opera House so you can sign up for this stage combat workshop. They're also going to have a one-day audition technique workshop. This one's for teens, 16 and over, through adults. There is a cost associated with this, so if you have the time to devote to a one-day audition technique workshop, please go to the Woodland Opera House website and take a look and see if you can sign up for this one-day audition workshop. I wanted to share something with you on that one, and I think I put my paper down and lost it, which I am prone to do from time to time, so I will find that again and bring it back for you. You know, auditioning is a tricky thing because sometimes you go in cold and they tell you, oh, just don't worry about it, we'll hand you something and you can cold read for an audition. I don't know about you, but that's nerve-wracking. A lot of people prepare these really amazing, monologues and things that they can share for an audition so that they can have something to show when they get in there, which is a great also because sometimes they'll ask you to do that. See, I vamped until I found my paper. All right. The audition workshop is going to be with Ryan Adame, and if you've ever met Ryan or seen him in works, he's an amazing actor too. So it says, are you ready to get back on stage? Do you feel like your audition skills are a little rusty? Do you want a boost of confidence to prepare you for the upcoming season? Then come work with an incredible teaching artist who can assist you in aiding actors in finding the right tools to guide one through the entirety of the audition. I mean, let's face it, folks, it's been a couple of years of COVID. We all might be a little rusty at trying to audition for shows. But we want to get out there again. We want to be back on stage. So this could be a great opportunity for you. From the moment you enter the building to when you leave, you'll have some new tools for your toolbox. This is taught by Ryan Adame, who is a Woodland Opera House veteran. He last appeared on the Woodland Opera House stage as Adolfo in The Drowsy Chaperone. So this is going to be held on Saturday, March 26th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. There is a cost. It's $85. But if you get in touch with the Woodland Opera House, you too can be a part of this one-day audition technique workshop. I'm hoping to bring a few more workshops, adult workshops. We get a lot of workshops for children usually, and we send those out in our Tuesday newsletter. But there's, starting to be a little uptake on the workshops for adults also. And, we need to polish our acting chops and our auditioning chops and, apparently our stage fighting chops also. So these are great things to be able to do to just, get your feet wet again and get back into community theater. As always, I'll just point out at this time, if anyone has any questions or anything like that, my ACE SARTA volunteer is on our chat line to take a look and see if there's anything there we can answer for you. If you're viewing this for the first time, or if you viewed this before and you haven't done it yet, please click the follow button. Follow us so you can get the notifications when we're going to do these Twitch streams again. And it'll pop up on your phone and you go, oh, it's Thursday night. It's time for This Week at the Theater. Just a reminder to follow us on sarta@sarta.com. And I always ask, sometimes we don't have any, but if in case you do, I don't want to miss it, are there any questions out there? And I'm being told no, we don't have any so far. So thank you all for joining us for This Week at the Theater. And I will see you again next Thursday at 7 o'clock. Go see some shows. See you next time.